Good morning. Good morning, Zadav sir. Dr. Zadav. I think we can start the session. More than 200 students have joined.
Okay, madam. I will give just short introduction of sir, and we will start the session.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yes. So, good morning, students. Today, there is session on awareness of Turnitin software, and for this session, speaker is Dr. Nitin Jadhav sir. He has completed his PhD, and he having 13-year experience, and he have large experience of research. So he has published 20 research papers and 400 citations in 1 year in South Korea. So sir have great experience in research and this citation. So I request Dr. Nitin Jadhav sir to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good morning, my dear friends. I hope I am loud and clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So, my dear friend, welcome to this session. This is the extended part of induction program. So, as we know, my dear friend, since last 2-3 weeks, we were going through the induction program, and as our HOD madam has told, continuously we are having the inductions program in weekends. So every Saturday we have some lectures. So, my dear friend, this is the part to enhance your skill, and I am very happy. I am very proud to inform you that under the guidance of Honorable Principal Sir, we have purchased one software that is called Turnitin software, which is used for plagiarism checking. And I am very much happy to inform you that we are giving licenses, or we are giving user account to each and every student from first year to master students and all the faculties. So today I am going to tell you here what is meant by plagiarism, what is the importance of plagiarism, how plagiarism can be can say introduced in your drafting thing, how plagiarism can be avoided, and how plagiarism can be checked. Later on, I'll tell you how to use this plagiarism checking software, that is Turnitin software, and how to create your own account, and how to check the plagiarism in your drafted things. That I'm going to tell you now. So let me share my screen first. Okay, I suppose my screen is visible to you. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, my dear friend, welcome back again to this the extended part of the induction program. So, thank you, Boite Madam, for giving such a nice introduction. So, today I'm going to talk on this introduction to the plagiarism and use of Turnitin software to check plagiarism. So, my dear friend, this is the what is plagiarism? Do you have any idea what is meant by plagiarism? Anybody knowing this word plagiarism?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you. The plagiarism is one type of thief or one type of thief. So, my dear friend, it is one type of crime also. Plagiarism is a one type of crime. The plagiarism is the act of presenting others' work or idea as our own. So, this is the one type of thing, that is we present somebody other's work, somebody other's idea, somebody other's thought, somebody other's writing as our own, and we produce it. It is called as plagiarism. It is a crime, my dear friend. So it is a crime in everywhere in the world, and nowadays the government is very, you can say, rigorous about this. The government has made a large number of, you can say, acts. In India also there is a serious you can say law, and there is a serious action against this crime. So at the beginning of the first year, you should be well aware about this. So this was idea of our HOD ma'am, and that's why we have thought to have this today's session. So, my dear friend, the plagiarism is one type of thing, that is copy and paste. So copy and paste something, it is nothing but it is a plagiarism. So The definition of plagiarism, it is a process of presenting the words, ideas, images, sounds, thoughts, or the creative expressions of works, of others' works as your own work is called as a plagiarism. In another way, we can say that submitting a research paper which you didn't write or which you doesn't belong, this is nothing but it is a plagiarism. My dear friend, in academics and research, there is a huge, you can say the culture of plagiarism has taken place, and that's why nowadays the government, all the governments from the world, they have started serious actions against this plagiarism. So the copying copying from the source and claiming that our own work is also plagiarism. So my dear friend, please remember the plagiarism word comes from the Latin plagiarius. It is nothing but it is meant by kidnapping. That means you are kidnapping somebody other's work. You are kidnapping somebody other's idea. You are kidnapping somebody other's sound. You are kidnapping somebody other's speech. You are kidnapping somebody other's images. This is nothing but it is a plagiarism. So this is the simple we say plagiarism. I hope now the plagiarism is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is called as plagiarism. So my dear friend, there are different type of plagiarism. The plagiarism of text, plagiarism of figure, plagiarism of graph, plagiarism of table, plagiarism of data, plagiarism of data point, plagiarism of sound, plagiarism of thought, plagiarism of idea, anything is there. So somebody else was thinking, he has written somewhere, I read it and I presented in front of people. This is the plagiarism, my dear friend. So there are certain rules. So now, my dear friend, there are many softwares to check plagiarism also, that we'll see in next slide also. So what are the different approaches of plagiarism? My dear friend, please remember, there are two major approaches of plagiarism. One is called as intentional approach and other is called as unintentional approach. So let us see what is meant by intentional approach. So my dear friend, you know, the word itself indicate the plagiarism can be done by intentionally. It's called as intentional approach. And plagiarism may happens by mistake. It's called as unintentional approach. So my dear friend, what are the causes of intentional approach? See this. So my dear friend, copying a friend's work. Suppose somebody is doing assignment. I am lazy. I am not doing assignment. I first let him complete it. Once he complete, I will take his notebook and I will copy it. So it is an intentional plagiarism. So my dear friend, this is the intentional plagiarism. The second is buying or borrowing paper. I will pay somebody. Sometime, you know, if you go to the higher class, maybe third year, fourth year, the projects are there. Some student, what they do, they purchase the projects. So they go to the somewhere shop, you know, commercial people are there. They are for making money. So they will take money from you and they will give you the project. So this is one type of plagiarism. This is called as buying or borrowing. Sometimes you ask for help. Please help me in this. This is also one type of plagiarism. So my dear friend, buying or borrowing of something is also plagiarism. This is intentional because it is not happening by mistake. Intentionally you are doing this. Third one is cutting and pasting of text from other sources without documenting, without citing, and without knowing to him. This is also one type of plagiarism, my dear friend, and this is the intentional plagiarism. Yes, Mayur. Sorry, Manali Patil. Manali, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Please put up your mic. Yeah. So, my dear friend, next one is unintentional plagiarism. What is unintentional plagiarism? My dear friend, a careless paraphrasing or careless writing. So you don't care. You just typing something or writing something. You find somewhere, you just take it note. So this is called as unintentional. It is careless. You are not taking care. You are not reading properly. You are not using own word. This is called as unintentional plagiarism. Then poor documentation. So documentation is not concrete, documentation is not clear, then also the plagiarism happen, and this is called as unintentional. That means your intention was not to copy, but due to the laziness, by mistake you have copied it. So this is called as unintentional plagiarism. Next is failure to use your own word. So you have to write something. So I said, my dear friend, please write essay on this. In that, you have to use this type of sentence. I told you, you have to use this type of sentence, but you fail to use your one word. You have taken as it is. What I told you, you have used as it is. This is also called as unintentional plagiarism. So my dear friend, these are the two approaches of plagiarism: intentional plagiarism and unintentional plagiarism. The second, last one is also careless note taking. So you are not taking any care while writing notes, while taking the notes. This is also one type of unintentional plagiarism. So this is about the two approaches: intentional plagiarism and unintentional plagiarism. My dear friend, now what are the habits which increases the plagiarism? This is very important, my dear friend. Generally, these are the small habits which increases the plagiarism. So what are the habits which increases the plagiarism? You see, generally there are the thinking of people, thinking of student, it's okay, if I don't get caught, then no problem. So you know, my dear friend, generally it is called as, I am copying but nobody catch me, then no problem, nothing will happen. It happens in India like this, chalta hai. So this approach is always increases the plagiarism. So you always say, it's okay, I'll not get caught, nobody caught me, so I don't get caught. It is the one type of, you can say, habit which always increases the plagiarism. So my dear friend, you know, small kids are there. Suppose they make a thief first time, nobody caught them or neglect them, then they think that yes, it is working, idea is working, nobody pays attention towards me. Then second time they make same crime, third time they make same crime. So my dear friend, you know, if we neglect it, then we are encouraging to the crime. So my dear friend, you know, there is one good sentence: if you neglect, that means you are helping to making the crime. So my dear friend, this habit always increase the plagiarism. Second habit is that you always think everybody does. So if I do, what happens? I will also do, because I know. So you know, my dear friend, this in online examination, many people used to make a copy. They used to read somewhere, they used to use book and write the examination paper. And if your parent, somebody asks, or your teacher asks you, don't copy it, you say, no, everybody is doing in the India, then I am doing, what is new? So my dear friend, this approach also increases the plagiarism. This habit also increases the plagiarism. So you are thinking that everyone is doing it, so nothing new, like this. So my dear friend, don't do this, because this is also increasing the habit of plagiarism. Next, this assignment is very boring, I'm not able to do, that's why I copy. This habit also increases the plagiarism. So first time you say, no, this is very boring, I'm not getting any interest, so I have to copy and paste only. So this habit also increases the plagiarism. Next one, I was too busy in writing or doing other work, so I doesn't get time to write that paper, so that's why I copied that paper. This habit also increases the plagiarism, my dear friend. So you see, these are the thoughts that it's okay, I don't caught, this will increase the plagiarism. Everyone is doing it, that's why I'm doing. This also increases the plagiarism. The assignment is very boring, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. This is also increases the plagiarism. I'm very much busy in other work, so I'm not able to get time to complete this assignment, that's why I'm copying. This is also, my dear friend, increases the plagiarism. Then next is, my teacher expects too much from me, I am overloaded, so that's why better way, copy and paste. This also increases the plagiarism. So sometimes what you feel, no, my teacher is giving me many assignment, every time he is giving me assignment, so what better, my friend is doing one, so I will copy him. The other assignment other friend is doing, I'll copy that assignment. My dear friend, this thought also increases the plagiarism. So these are the small habits which make you do plagiarism, and once plagiarism becomes a habit, my dear friend, it is very difficult to again go out of it. So my dear friend, these are things. Another thing is that it takes too long time to write. Suppose somebody asks you, write an induction program report. So what do you do? It is very long. When I should write, it is 13 days program, 12 days program. So it will take too long time. So I will not write by myself. I will copy and paste. So this also habit increases the plagiarism. So my dear friend, please remember, whatever the report you have written for the induction program, it should be a plagiarism free. It should be your own thinking. It should be your own opinion. So this is called as the, you can say, the plagiarism. So my dear friend, you have to avoid this. So these are the habits which increases the plagiarism, that the approaches like, it's okay, I'm not getting caught, everyone is doing it, the assignment is too boring, then I am too busy that I don't have time, my teacher is expecting much more, so I will copy. And generally writing this assignment is taking too long time, so I will copy. So this type of approaches, my dear friend, this type of habits generally increases the plagiarism, and there becomes a culture of plagiarism. So my dear friend, yes, roll number 66, 1666. YSID. Yes. So my dear friend, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me anytime. But if there is no any question, please don't unmute yourself. It is creating disturbance to all the students. So please, this is my kind request to you. So my dear friend, the next, what are the disadvantages of plagiarism? There should be a question in your mind. Sir, what happen if I do the plagiarism? Is it a crime? You say it is a crime. Okay, no problem. What will happen if I do the plagiarism? So my dear friend, there are many disadvantages of doing this, you can say, plagiarism. The first disadvantage is that it destroys the student's reputation. Please remember, this is very important. Generally, it destroys the student reputation. This is very important point. Then it will, you can say, penalize your grades. So you will get less mark. You know, in Pune University also nowadays, I hope in induction program already HOD madam has told you, the Pune University, whatever the online exams are there, you feel that, oh, it's online exams, no problem. My dear friend, actually the online examinations are also very serious. The Pune University is caught many students. They caught many students while making copy, or while making malpractice in the examination. So what it happened? So my dear friend, generally you people get less grade. You people may be detained from the giving examination. So, or sometime you may be detained from your course. So failing your course, this is also, so you may get fail in your course. This is also one type of penalty. So my dear friend, these are the disadvantages. These are the disadvantages of plagiarism, that it will destroy the student's life. Generally, it will destroy the student's life. Then generally the grade, you will get penalized grade. That means your grade will be less. Or sometime you may get fail in that course. University fail you in that course. So this type of, you can say, the penalties are there. Then you may face a disciplinary action. And in Pune University, this type of thing happens, that you have to face the disciplinary action. So this is also one type of you can say, the disadvantage, or one type of penalty. Then it destroys the professional reputation. Suppose any college, institute, so there are some institutes also in India, they use the common malpractice. That means, you know, in your 11, 12, you have heard the common copying is there, common malpractice is there. So it happens generally in India. So if such type of institutes get caught, then there is, you can say, destroy professional reputation. Reputation of this institution get destroyed. Then destroy of academic reputation. If, my dear friend, any teacher, he get caught in this, then my dear friend, what happen? Generally they get, you can say, destroy their academic reputation, or they need to lose their job. So this is also one of the type of thing, that they destroy the academic reputation. Then my dear friend, sometimes suspension or expulsion from your university. Suppose you get copied, then sometime you may get detained, you may get suspended, you may get expelled, or you may get, you can say, quit from that university, from that course. You are not allowed to complete that course. So this is, you can say, a question of your career. So this type of you can say, the penalties are there, which are existing in India as well as many countries. My dear friend, there should be a legal action against you. There should be a penalty, you know, mandatory means there should be some fine, money fine is there, which can be impressed against you. So my dear friend, these are the disadvantages of plagiarism. So it is, you can say, advice that please avoid the plagiarism. My dear friend, these are some common examples I am going to tell you, which happens in India. So these are some plagiarism, common plagiarism cases. There are large number of cases, not only in India, many countries. But I am giving you this example. The first example is, you see here heading. This was the news in, you can say, in newspaper also. Maybe I think 2009 somewhere it was a news that the chemistry professor accused of plagiarizing more than 70 research papers. So this was the news, and university has taken serious action against you. You can see University Executive Council of Sri Venkateswara University. You know SV University, I think it is in Tamil Nadu. So Sri Venkateswara University banned their chemistry professor, accusing of plagiarizing not just 1 or 2 research paper, but almost 70 papers. So almost all the research papers were published between year 2004 to 2007. So my dear friend, this is not a old news. The institution or university has banned the professor from taking any research guidance along with the upcoming examination work. So this professor, he was not allowed to take any PhD student under his guidance. He was not allowed to attend any examination. So he completely banned from the academic and administrative work. So my dear friend, this type of action was taken in India. So these are the recent articles that I am telling you. You see this, most important news was there. Stanford University, please remember, Stanford University wrote a letter to late President of India, a great scientist of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, about Rajput's plagiarism. You see this. So in the year 2002, in October, late President APJ Abdul Kalam received a letter from the Stanford University. That letter claimed that a physicist, Professor B.S. Rajput, has blatantly copied from other sources. One of the signatory of this letter was, my dear friend, he was the responsible person, Renata Kolash. He wrote this letter. So my dear friend, you know, Abdul Kalam was the great well-known physicist, and they have wrote a letter to Indian President of India that one of the Indian scientists, he is doing plagiarism. He is making a crime. So my dear friend, you see, then she claimed that an anti-research paper of her has been used without her acknowledgement or without her permission. Stanford was shocked by the fact that the person who committed the Harris Act was not punished. During this time, Professor Rajput, see my dear friend, he was the very big person. That time, Professor Rajput was the Vice Chancellor of the Kumaon University. It is in Uttarakhand, Kumaon University, Uttarakhand. So he was the Vice Chancellor, and he made such a big crime. So my dear friend, see, and you know, the President of India is always the Chancellor of Central University. So that's why they wrote a letter to the Chancellor of the university, that is President of India, to take serious action against it. So my dear friend, Rajput has resigned from his post. See my dear friend, how serious action was there. Rajput has to resign from the position of Vice Chancellor of India, Vice Chancellor of one university. So this type of serious action has been taken. This was the news, my dear friend, that time. So you see another action against the one Indian scientist, plagiarism accusing against Dr. Sangyalandi Gurunathan and his group. So my dear friend, you can see in 2010 also, a biotechnology journal, one editor of the biotechnology journal, he has claimed that one scientist also has done a plagiarism. So my dear friend, these are the many, not only this, there are large number of cases. I have taken here only few examples. So my dear friend, these are the, also you may have heard the news when the Donald Trump, he became the President of India. You know, when the President of India become, by mistake, Donald Trump, he become a President of America, USA. That time generally what happened, once any person becomes a president, he has to deliver a speech. Also his wife, as a first lady, used to deliver a speech. So, you know, the Melinda Trump, who was the first lady, wife of Donald Trump, she also has delivered a speech, and it is claimed in the newspaper that the speech was copied from the same speech which was delivered by the wife of Barack Obama. So that was the, you can say, news at that time in the newspaper. So my dear friend, this type of things happens. So copying somebody's speech is also a crime. So taking the note of this, you know, my dear friend, again, one case you can see, IIT Kanpur professor accused of plagiarism can retain PhD. He has returned the PhD. That means his PhD is returned back because he has found in doing plagiarism work in his PhD. That's why his PhD was returned back by the IIT. So my dear friend, this type of serious action has been taken. You see, recently, maybe 3-4 years back, when the Prakash Javadekar was the education minister of India, that time he has made a serious law serious act against this plagiarism. So that time there was a big news, and there is a very good draft. And yes, my dear friend, now it is implemented in India. So HRD ministry notifies new UGC approved norms for plagiarism. Teacher may lose his job. So my dear friend, student may need to leave their university, or the student may need to leave their, you can say, courses. So this type of rules has been made in Indian educational system, and the government has taken it is very seriously. I like to give you two more examples. My dear friend, when I was in Korea, South Korea, then in my neighboring lab, there is one professor who was banned by the Journal of American Chemical Society, JACS, Journal of American Chemical Society, by publishing paper in JACS for 5 years, because his student was copied somebody other's paper and published in JACS. So my dear friend, the student of that professor has copied one paper from somebody others and published in JACS, and that student has notified to that journal that my work already I have published in other journal, and now it is published in your journal by this student. So that editor of that journal, he has banned the professor for 5 years. And he told to the professor that you will not able to publish in our journal at least for 5 years. And he was penalized by in terms of money also. So my dear friend, you may get a fine also. So these are the, you can say, serious actions which are taken for the plagiarism. So now the thing is that how to avoid plagiarism. This is very important, my dear friend. How to avoid the plagiarism. So my dear friend, you can see here. So the first point is use your own words and sentences in drafting. Suppose I am writing some draft, I am writing some letter, I have to use my own word. I'll not copy from Google. I'll not copy from somebody else's draft. I will write in my own language. It may be right, it may be wrong. Some sentence may be right, some sentence may be wrong, but I will write by, yes. So I will write by my own. This is, you can say, one of the important point which we can avoid the plagiarism. Next is quote and cite the sentence. Suppose I am using somebody others. Suppose I am using somebody other's work. Roll number 1609. Tirke Abhishek. Okay. So my dear friend, if I am using somebody other's work, then what I have to do? I have to quote and I have to cite that in my, you can say, the work. Then no problem, it is allowed. So I can take permission from that, and I will ask him, I want to use this sentence, and I will cite it. If you give him a credit, no problem, you can use with prior permission. So my dear friend, quote and cite directly, you can say, cite the statistic, chart, paragraph, and drawing taken directly from original source, but you can say take a prior permission. So this can be avoided, my dear friend. So next, when you can paraphrasing, when you are writing, when you are summarizing, give credit to that author. So give credit to that author. This is also one type of thing. So I hope
Abhishek Chirke. I am muting him. He is again unmuting himself.
Sir, remove him. We don't need this type of student.
Yes, remove the student.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Just let me, yeah. So, yes. So, my dear friend, these are the things which we can avoid the plagiarism. Yes. So, don't cut and paste from any source. This is also one type of thing that you can avoid the plagiarism. Don't use other students' work as your own. This is also avoid your plagiarism. Don't just change a few words from any sentence of others' paper. This is also one, in this way also you can avoid the plagiarism. Take note, this is very important. Take a note, understand the thing, and write in your own word. This is also one way in which we can avoid the plagiarism. So if you copy, suppose something important sentence is there. Suppose, you know, generally I used to use one sentence in my writing. The General Secretary Ban Ki-moon, United Nations General Secretary Ban Ki-moon said that without using energy, the progress of any country depends upon the energy consumed and produced in that country. This is very impressive sentence. I want to use this sentence. So what I used to do, I used to quote that in double inverted comma, I'll write that sentence, and somewhere I mention at footnote. See here, somewhere I mention at footnote that this sentence is used by this person. So if you cite at the footnote and use double inverted comma, then no problem, my dear friend, you can use it. This is allowed. That means you are saying that this sentence is not mine, this sentence is somebody others. He has said somewhere, and I am just using it to make my draft impressive. This is allowed thing. This is good thing. So my dear friend, in this way you can avoid the plagiarism. Now thing is that how to check the plagiarism. So my dear friend, now we come to the very important point of our presentation. So how to check the plagiarism? So my dear friend, you know, there are many tools to check the plagiarism, like Turnitin is there, which we have purchased. Urkund is there, Grammarly is there, and many more are there. Not only 3, many more are there. I have listed 3 only, but I am focusing on Turnitin because we have purchased it. So my dear friend, it is an urgent need. Please remember, this is very important sentence. It is an urgent need to inculcate writing ethics and drafting value in the modern generation, the young students like you people, as well as us also. So as a copy and paste trend has been increased much more. So my dear friend, so to avoid this copy and paste culture in the writing thing, in the drafting document, so what we have to do? We need to inculcate the writing ethics and drafting values among the students. So by considering this, the honorable principal of UPKBIT has decided to purchase a software called as Turnitin software, and we have purchased a Turnitin software at UPKBIT. And my dear friend, I am very much happy to inform you that I feel proud to inform you that we have purchased 2,000 licenses, and we have given user account to each and every students of UPKBIT from first year to ME, last year BE as well as ME, and all the teaching faculty of UPKBIT. So you are also you people, first year student also have given the user license of this user account of this software. So let us now understand how to subscribe this Turnitin software and how to create your own user account using Turnitin. So my dear friend, and again we are going to discuss how to check plagiarism in your document. Now I am going to show you this live, and you have to do the same thing, and you have to create your own account. So my dear friend, let me show you one thing, one mail ID. So this is the one mail I have used from our student. Yes, yeah. This is the mail ID of one of our student, AP5 student. Let me check. Yes. So this is from Shruti. I think Shruti Sawan's mail ID is this. So yesterday night, you may have got this type of mail, my dear friend. Maybe at 11 p.m. Everybody have got this mail. Yesterday night at 11 p.m. You can check. This mail you got on your official mail ID. Whatever your mail ID is there. Your name dot your surname dot your branch dot 2021@ppkbit.org. In this mail ID, you may have get this mail. See, no reply. You may get mail from this no reply. Welcome to Turnitin. So if not getting, you have to search this. If it is, you know, maybe in spam or somewhere, you have to copy this mail and you have to search it. So mail ID is, see this mail ID is no reply at turnitin.com. You can search in your inbox like this, no reply at turnitin.com. You may find this mail. You have got this mail. Here it is written, welcome to Turnitin, welcome to the Turnitin team. And at the end, you scroll down, you can find here, when you scroll down, you can find here. Yeah, somebody has any question? I think in chat box. No. Okay. So you may scroll down. You can see here, set up my account. So my dear friend, what you have to do? Everybody have to click this. Again, I am repeating, my dear friend, all the student of UPKBIT, first year student of UPKBIT, 421 student, you all got the mail yesterday night at 11 p.m. Mail is from no reply at turnitin.com. This mail you got, I know. If anybody doesn't get, please contact to me. I will tell you, or I will send you another mail. So my dear friend, what you have to do? You have to click here, set up my account. So new window will open. So I know now this is the Shruti's mail ID. So I am going to create her account. You people have to create your own account. You have to click on that, set up my account. Then you will get this new window in which here is a message. You have been invited to join Vidya Pratishthan's Kamal Nayan Bajaj Institute of Engineering Technology account. Create your account and get started. So what you have to do, my dear friend, you have to put your username. So this is, as you know, Shruti's accounts. I will put her username, maybe SHRUTI. So this username, you can use any username. I will put simple username, this, and you have to set a password. So I will set a password and I will convey to her. You people have to set your own password, my dear friend, and it is your password, a private password. Let me set password for her. Okay, and you have to confirm the password. Let me write somewhere because I have to convey her. Okay, so this is her password. Now you have to click here. I agree the terms and condition and create account. So my dear friend, in this way you will get directed to your account. So here this account is created. Now you can say close. So this is, you can say no, never, or if it is your personal PC, personal laptop, you can say you save your password. See this, welcome Shruti. Now the account is created. So this account for Shruti is created. So now whenever here you can see navigation, I will tell you. So here whenever you want to check the plagiarism, you can check. I will tell you how to check, but now I'll tell you how to log in again. So once account is created, I don't want to check now. Maybe later, 2 days, 3 days later, I want to check the plagiarism. I can use this account. This is as like a pure mail ID. You can use anytime. So I will sign out from this account. And whenever, suppose I close this window, all this window I will close. And whenever I feel that no, I have to check the plagiarism. That time I can again check the plagiarism. What I can do, I can click on this new window. I will type here. Please remember, my dear friend, this is the URL. You have to use this. Whenever you want to use this software, plagiarism checking software, Turnitin, you have to use this URL. What is URL? vpkbit.turnitin.com. This is the URL. So sorry, URL. You have to use every time. Whenever you want to check a plagiarism, you want to access your account, you have to go to this site, vpkbit.turnitin.com and enter. So you will come to this site. Again, you have to enter your username here. As now I have set up account for Shruti. All right, SHRUTI. This is my username, and I know my password. I will put here. Okay, and I will sign in into this account. So once I will sign in, it will go to my home page. So my home page of my account. Now, my dear friend, this is your account. So whenever I want to check the plagiarism in the document, what I will do, I will click here. My dear friend, you see this window icon. I hope you are able to see this window icon. My dear friend, are you getting this? Speed is okay or it is fast? Hello, am I audible? Am I audible or I may disconnect?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You are audible.
Please respond so that I used to know whether I am connected or not. So my dear friends, see, you have to click here on this window icon. Once you click on window icon, click on similarity, Turnitin similarity. My dear friend, you have to click here, Turnitin similarity. So once you click here on Turnitin similarity, you will go to this similarity checking page. This is the page where you can check the similarity. My dear friend, this is very user friendly. Here you can create your folder. Suppose, my dear friend, I think all the chemistry assignments are there. I will check and I will put in chemistry folder. So I can add a folder. I can write here chemistry. And I will upload all the chemistry assignment in this folder only, like this. Suppose I think no, not only chemistry. Now I want to upload the assignment of mathematics. So I can create another folder like mathematics, MATICS, like mathematics, and I will create this folder so that I can add all the assignment of this in this, and I will upload in this. So in this way, this is, my dear friend, very user friendly, very nice platform where you can organize everything in a nice manner, very well manner. So well organized thing you can do here. Now I will tell you how to check the plagiarism. So my dear friend, whatever the document, suppose I have written one letter. I have written one letter to the principal, sir, and I want to check the plagiarism. So what will do? I will upload here. I will click here and I will upload this. Suppose I have written one research paper and I want to check it, whether how much plagiarism is there, how much copy and pasting is there. Intentionally, I am showing you one paper which has having more plagiarism. So I will select here, click here, select file. Then I will go to the folder. I have created one folder for you. Maybe here, let me see that folder. I think this is the new folder. Yes, here. And then I will click on this final manuscript and I will click open. So now I am uploading. So it will ask author name and author surname and first name and last name. It is optional. If you want, you can put. If you don't want, you don't put. So I want to put. I will put this as my name. So this is my work, and I will put my surname like this, and I will upload this. So what I have to do? I have to upload this. So you can see here. Here is option confirm. So once I click on confirm, now the document is getting uploaded. See, document is getting uploaded. Once it get uploaded, it will come here and it will show how much plagiarism is there in this document. It will show automatically. So my dear friend, if document is larger one, it will take long time. It is smaller one, it will take small time. See, now it is uploaded. You see here, upload complete and processing. It is checking the similarity. It is checking the plagiarism. How much plagiarism is there? It is checking. So wait for some time. It will show the percentage here. Then you can say, yes, it is complete only. Once you see the percentage. So sometime again, I told telling you, if the document is bigger one, it will take maybe few seconds, few minutes. If document is smaller one, immediately it will check. So let it process. Till then, yes, see this 97 plagiarism, 97%. So this document is mostly copied. Now we can see from where I have copied this. So my dear friend, interesting thing. That's why I'm telling you, I have taken this example because I want to show you how big plagiarism is there and how we can check from where it is copied. So what I'll do, I will click on this 97%. Once I click, the document will open. Dear friend, my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
document is opening now. It is taking time. Actually, live is there now. So screen is sharing form, so it may taking time. Just take 1 or 2 minutes. It will open. It will taking time. Yes, now it is open. See, it has opened. Yes, now my dear friend, see this paper, research paper, one of research paper, and it is saying that it has 97% similarity. See, this is one of my paper along with my few collaborators from TC College and AVP College. So see this, see it is saying this sentence is copied from number 1. It is saying this sentence is copied from number 1. Number 1 means this source. 74% is copy paste from this source. 20% is copy paste from this source. 2% copy paste from this source. 1% from this, less than 1%. So the less than 1% is okay. But major 74% is from this source. So I want to check from here I copied. So you see my dear friend, 1 means it is copied from 1. This 2, color of 2, see this. So this 2 indicates that copied from 2. So see this, everything copied from 1 only. Again, somebody is creating problem. I don't know. Yeah, see this. So this, you can see this is from 4, number 4. This is from number 4. This is from number 1. So in this way, this is. Now I want to check what is this. So my dear friend, this is nothing but this is the same paper which is published. So why it is showing 97%? Now this paper, see this, effect of SM3 plus substitution on structural and magnetic properties of NiCO nanoferrites. And this is the same title. This paper I have written first and then I have submitted to this journal. Then I have submitted to this journal. So that's why now it is saying all the things you have written, it is already published. So my dear friend, now I cannot publish this work because it is already published in this paper. So likewise, what is this? So you can see this. So this is nothing but you can say this is submitted to the Savitribai Phule Pune University. Why it is saying that it is submitted to Savitribai Phule Pune University? Because this paper is included in the thesis of this Dr. M.K. Kokri. He has got PhD from Pune University, and while doing PhD, he has said that this paper is our work we have published here, and we are submitting for the award of PhD degree. That's why it is saying it is submitted to Savitribai Phule Pune University. Same, it is saying submitted to Savitribai Phule University. Yes, we have submitted it to the Savitribai Phule Pune University. That's why it is showing. So my dear friend, see how powerful tool it is, how powerful technique it is. It is exactly showing from where you have copied the things. So my dear friend, like this. So just I will tell you a live thing. I will tell you, my dear friend. Let me minimize this. Yes. So suppose, my dear friend, just in front of you, I'll take this Word file, maybe one Word file here. And suppose I copy and paste something from internet. It will immediately show you. Suppose here I will take this, maybe something I like write PPK and copy. Only I will write this, and yes, I will search on Google and I will copy this. See, this is from PPKBT website. My dear friends, see, I have copied this. I have copied these 3 sentences, and which are from our website, vpkbt.org. I will copy this. I will paste in Word file. I will save this document on the desktop. I'm showing you live. Whatever thing you do, my dear friend, it will catch. So name is vpkbt. I have saved it in desktop. Yes, and now I want to again check it for plagiarism using our software, this plagiarism checking software. Let me minimize it again, my dear friend. Actually, yes, yeah. So where it is? Yes, many times it has been open. So yes, here is our Turnitin software. I will check this again. I will go here, Turnitin similarity, and I will check the same document now which I have created from the copy paste thing. I have copied from our website. You can surprise to see it will show you where from here it is copied. So my dear friend, I will select the file. I will go to the desktop and I will search that file, vpkbt, whatever the file I have. Yes, this is vpkbt document. Open. Oh, sorry, it is saying I have to close it first because it is open document. It will not show. Yes, now it will attach. See this, and I will put A, I will put B, and I will confirm. So this is now small document. Within 0 minute, it will, yes, it is uploaded. Immediately it will upload, and immediately it will show the result. Maybe if internet issue is there, then also document becomes slow. Otherwise, you will tell, sorry, you are showing, telling it will be fast and it is slow. Maybe internet is slow. It is uploaded already. Yes, you can see how much 65% copy paste. From here, I can see. So this document, it will show from where it is copied, my dear friend. So this is very powerful technique. See, all the things have been copied from here to here. From here, I have copied. See, my dear friend, are you able to see this? This is the source, www.vpkbt.org. And I hope I have shown you the same source here. You see here, this is from www.vpkbt.org. My dear friend, from same source, you have copied this. So it is showing that from the same source. Yes, you can see here. From the same source, you have copied. It is copied from www.vpkbt.org. And it has many things, but you have copied only this much. So this website contains many things, but you have copied only this much of the part. So it is showing like this. So my dear friend, this document, this software is very much powerful, much more powerful technique, much more powerful tool. And I am very happy that all the students of PPKBIT, including you all, first year student, 421 out of 421, you got this account. So this is my humble request. Today, please check your mails at free time, PPKBIT mail. Then click on the mail which you received from the Turnitin. So click on this, set up your account, create your own account by using by assigning username and password, and log into the account. And today onward, whenever you write something, you may write some report, you may write some document, you can check by using the plagiarism. Any personal document you check. So my dear friend, this will be a good habit. It will increase the habit, your habit of not copying and not pasting. So my dear friend, it will help you to make you plagiarism free, to keep you plagiarism free or away from the plagiarism. Whatever the document you write, you used to check. Whatever the assignment you write, you check from their software. So my dear friend, this will be very good option for you. This now the license is valid for 1 year. Till 1 year, you can use this. And maybe if we purchase for next year, then also we can use in your life. You can say for 4 years also. So my dear friend, this is from my side. whatever I wanted to tell you, that I told you. So only I would like to tell you, say no to plagiarism. This is very important. So from today, you should have to use a quote, say no to plagiarism. Never plagiarize, never do plagiarism. So my dear friend, this is my humble request from my side and from the side of PPKBT, from all the faculties of PPKBT, all the teachers who are teaching to you for the first year from the PPKBT. So we would like to, I always tell you, my dear friend, in PPKBT, we don't want to create not only a good engineer, but we want to create a good human being also. So we always used to tell you, we are not only creating good engineer, but also we are creating a good human being. You should be a good human, because my dear friend, whenever you pass out from PPKBT, you go to the corporate world, you will be known by PPKBT brand. They will not ask you, what is your name? First of all, they'll ask you, from here you belong. Which was your college? So my dear friend, that time you should proudly say, I am from the PPKBT, and we should feel proud that, and we will say, yes, he is the student, she is the student from PPKBT, and we are proud that we are teaching in PPKBT. So my dear friend, you people are our proud, you people are our pride, you people are our ornament, and we want you should be a great human being. So this is the small initiative from our side, and I think this is over from my side. So okay, already this is finished. So thank you very much. And over to Sonal sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice, informative, and very much useful, important session. Now students can unmute and they can ask some questions. There already some questions have put in the chat box. The common question is, I do not have either laptop or desktop. Then how can I use Turnitin software?
Okay. Yeah, I will answer this question. My dear friend, whenever you go to the any computer, maybe in net cafe, maybe your brother, sister's computer, laptop, may you come to PPKBT. We have very good computer laboratories. Many laboratories are there. We have large number of computer. You can come here, you can access any computer, and from any computer you can use this. So my dear friend, this is like of your mail ID. You know, you go to internet cafe, you check mail. So likewise, you can check it. So anywhere you go, you take any computer, borrow the computer for some time, and you can use this software, no problem.
Sir,
Yes.
How much percentage of similarity is acceptable in that software?
Yes, very nice, very nice. In this software, no. Actually, software doesn't accept. Zero similarity is accepted. Whatever software is a mirror. Software is the mirror. It will show your face. How much you have copied, whatever. So makeup, how much makeup you have done, how makeup you have done. Mirror used to say you, oh, this makeup you do, this you don't do. No, he will show you what you have done. So this is the software, means it is a mirror. It will show this you have copied and pasted. Either it is 0 or it is 100%. But university, colleges, they have the criteria. In Pune University, Savitribai Phule Pune University, for example, if you are a BE student, you are submitting your project report, BE project report. University says that less than 10% is allowed. University gives us guideline. Allow your student to submit the thesis having less than 10% similarity. So what we will do, if you write something thesis and you submit to us, we will check the similarity, and if it is less than 10%, we will accept your thesis. If it is more than 10%, we will return you your thesis and will say, please make a correction, remove the plagiarism, change the sentence, change the words, and come back, again check, and if it is less than 10%, then we'll accept your thesis. So my dear friend, BE degree, ME degree, PhD degree, you will get only if your thesis has less than 10% plagiarism. Some university has criteria 9%, some university has criteria 15%, some university has criteria 20%, but not more than 10 to 15%. Or 15 to 20%.
Are there
Yes.
more questions?
Is there any other question?
Is this software work in mobile?
Actually, I have not yet checked, but you can check. I don't know. It may work. We can go in our mobile desktop mode. I hope you people know. In our mobile, if we open Google Chrome and there are 3 dot. We click on 3 dot. There is a one option, desktop mode. I think in the desktop mode this will work. Definitely it will work. in
Yes,
mobile.
sir, it will
I will
work.
check. Yeah, I will check and I will.
I have checked this
get-
morning. It actually worked.
Arey, very nice, very nice. I think Raviraj had checked, right? Raviraj had checked and it is working. Very nice. That is new thing. I learned from you people also. Thank you.
Madam,
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, will it work for handwritten notes?
No, actually it should be a typed work. It may be Word format, it may be PPT. It will not work for handwritten notes. You have to, simple thing is there. Google Lens is there. Using Google Lens, convert this into the, there are many software available on internet. You can convert image to Word, you can convert PDF to Word. So handwritten notes, convert it in PDF, PDF convert to words, and then you can check. No problem, Prasad. You can use it. So no.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Madam,
Yes, sir.
please give your thoughts.
Yes, it was indeed a very wonderful and informative session for all of us, including the teachers and students. We have only done the registration set. The teachers, I think they have not checked about their notes and all. So we will also have to upload our notes, typed notes, and find out how much is the percentage of plagiarism in it. So this is a wonderful software, and Dr. Zadav was behind it to get it for our institute. He right from I think 1 year he was insisting to purchase this software for our institute, so that whatever the publications our teachers are doing, those publications should be plagiarism free. So now the students can also use it for their project work, for their seminars, and for other written works or typed works. So as one student has asked a very good question, that how much percentage of plagiarism is allowed. Actually, plagiarism should not be there. It is not allowed. But sometimes what happens, certain keywords will be similar, certain sentences will be similar, or some part of the table may be similar to other papers. So that part may come under the plagiarism percentage. Still, universities have their own criteria for allowing the similarities, but it should be very, very low. Should be very, very low. So if a teacher has given any assignment, so the title of that assignment for all the students will be same, isn't it? So that much percentage of similarities have to be allowed, isn't it? But the contents should be different. The contents that the students have written, those contents should be different. So anyhow, it was a very good time spent in the morning session. So it was a very useful session for all of us. So we have enjoyed this session, and hope students got a lot of knowledge about the Turnitin software and other softwares that are available. But for our institute, we have purchased the Turnitin, and we all can use it. Thank you, Dr. Zadav, for giving your valuable information on the software. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There is one question from my side. Some papers are in relation to mathematics and statistics. So text is less, but equations are more in such papers. So is the software compatible? Means can it detect the plagiarism to some mathematical equations also?
Yes, sir. Very nice question from the Sonali sir. There are some, you can say, the settings in this software that we can exclude these things. So there you can set, exclude equations, exclude the, sometime what happen, we have references also. So bibliography, we can exclude that also. So we can exclude that and only text we can check. So nice question. And yes, we can check it. We can give a command for exclusion of these things, so that it will exclude the equations, it will exclude the diagrams, it will exclude the bibliography, and we can check. One announcement, my dear friends, we have shared the attendance link in the chat box of the Zoom. You have to fill that attendance. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
So I am again expressing my sincere thanks to Dr. Nitin Jadhav, sir. He has given excellent session. Along with that, the idea behind this session, HOD Dr. Aparna Sajjan Madam, then there is Professor Gauri Bhote Madam also, who is looking after the session with many other things, and also Dr. Anil Patil sir, and all the I think Surose Madam is also present for this session. So all the teachers who are present, and also thanks to the students who have listened it very much carefully, and it is going to be very much useful to you. And let me tell you that there is one more session on such identical intellectual level, that is at 11 a.m. So I think Sajjan Madam has forgotten to say something about that, the session at 11.
Yes, sir. That session is on the IPR, that is intellectual property rights. So all students have to attend that session also. It is also compulsory to attend, and try to get the knowledge about the intellectual property rights. So how the patents are taken or registered, all the information will be given in that session. So it will also be conducted by one of the institutes of Vidya Pratishthan. All students have to attend it. And one more thing, Dr. Jadhav, Nitin Jadhav is also the coordinator of the Turnitin software for our institution. So anytime, if you find any difficulty related to that software, you can approach to Dr. Jadhav. So he will surely help you out.
Yes, madam. Our
Yes.
honorable principal, Dr. Rajan Kumar Biskar, has found identified the exact person for the same, because in the name of the software itself there is Nitin.
Yes, it is there.
Thank you,
It is
sir.
there.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So I think shall we say bye for now? And
Yes, students can take a break for another 10-15 minutes, and they can join for the next session. So
Yes.
all have to join. Okay. So
Yes.
have a good day.
Thank you. Have a
Good
great
day
day.
to all.